the one transaction, otherwise roll back. So that is automaticity. Consistency is apply, then it's preserve, and isolate, and durability. Okay. So that's the explanation about the all ACID. I'm going to skip. So this is a consistency model that we can consider, and eventually the consistency is delayed. Okay, so it's a more relaxed ACID. Basically available soft state and eventual consistency base. The availability is should be available all the time. That is more important in terms of service level, right? So if the Google is down, so we don't want it. Even though we lose the consistency, we try to keep the learning, the application. That is the availability. 100% doesn't make sense, but 5, 9, 6 sigma, whatever. CAP is a basic idea, it's a partition, okay? So the head-up system is a distributed system. So we have the partition, so we need to judge whether we are going to focus on C or A. Then mostly we focus on the A. There are different types of the NoSQL database. So first one is, as we have seen in the, because anyway our main repository is what? HDFS. As long as we are using the head-up system, HDFS. HDFS has key value only. Key is not the primary key, okay? Key is just key, okay? The others are value, okay? So we can design the even database as a key value format. So Dynamo uses such a key value, and other is the other example. And the more the popular types of the NoSQL database is the schema list, or sometimes it's called a column-based or document-based. Other types of the NoSQL database, Cassandra is a column-based database. It's also a popular one. And the MongoDB, probably you heard about the MongoDB. So this is very popular document-based. Is there anyone who remember one of the security company in Italy? The last several months ago, they actually that security company actually sell the software to the government agent, okay, to hack the mobile device or the messenger, okay, to usually their customer is their government, like the CIA or the one of the customers was my hometown Korea, the government agent. Okay? Unfortunately, the company was hacked by the hacker. So, white hacker, so they released all the customer information, everything. Then they use actually the MongoDB to keep all the information they collect. Okay? Then this MongoDB has released, then there was a big issue in my hometown. So it's a document based. Document means what? Why document? We have so many document based. HTML. Okay. You say HTML. The internet used a lot of the .html, What are they? It's a document actually. So web service is very simple actually. So if there is a request, name of the file, just return that file only. It doesn't matter what types of the file. It can be TXT file. Yes, you can do that. And the HTML file is a hyperlinked. It has something tag information. This is a specialized one. And also, we can use a script, which means the server can run the script and output. Output is what? Standard output can be document and return. Okay, so we have the document database a lot. And what about the graph-based database? Why?
Facebook uses
Social media. Social media, so in other words, social networking. What does that mean, networking? It's a connection, like your socialization. I have a friend, she likes me, or I hate you, or you can represent such a relationship using what? Graph is the best way to represent. Because of that, the graph database is also very popular. All of these are not easy or not possible in relational. Okay, so HBase is column based, also it supports the key value. Key value, benefit, fast, scalable, and simple. Okay, it can be distributed. That's another reason. Okay, but problem, we should work on sometimes map reduce. We have a lot of map reduce because it's too simple. So not all the data structure fit to the key value form. Like the document database, what is the value? All the contents in the one document. So that is a problem. So schema list. If you stick on or rely on the relational model a lot, it is not easy to imagine what is a schema list, why do we need a schema list? Really. So that is the first problem when I'm teaching the NoSQL database. Even I was not sure what is a schema list. So is there any schema list data? But actually we have more the schema list data because any information, all the information, they are not structured yet. Okay, even document, think about the HTML file. So it's not easy to make the relational model for the document. Okay, and also sometimes it tests. Somebody said we can use the XML tag as the attribute. Yes, we can do that. Then how many different XML? So we can usually define the XML tag. Then color may be changed every time. So also think about the web pages. Every day is changing, right? I update just before. Then the Google website, it has old version. So which one we keep? So we need the version also. So that is not easy in the relational model. So that is a schema list. Okay. Also another benefit is a cheap. Why? Because it's open source. Let's keep updating, and because of that, some of the companies are a little bit hesitate to use the NoSQL database because it's free. For example, in my hometown, the bank industry is the biggest customer in IT. So especially the Korean bank in Korea, they are very the kind of early adopter. If there is a new version of Oracle, they don't wait. They are not patient. They try to upgrade right away. Really, it's kind of a test bed for the big company like the Oracle. They can test the new version first. Okay, so even though they agree the NoSQL database is cheap and it's free, but they don't decide to use them. Why? Nobody is responsible for that. That's true also. Government, in case something happens, so now there should be someone. Even though it doesn't matter how much it costs, but there should be someone should be responsible. That makes sense. So because of that, the Cloudera make the company. Okay? They do not implement or develop the main part, but the outside part, like the customer management, or even they develop some of the components, but the main part is such a thing. And some other. Don't require, but reasonably require the schema sometimes, not always don't require. And also it's a relax the consistency. Some of the many of the developer or designer who stick on the relational database, they are not, they don't like the relaxed consistency. Very hard. However, because of the benefit, such a benefit, flexibility, join, it's not easy. Okay? It's not impossible, but it will be very difficult. So why don't you try the join in your MapReduce program? Okay. very, very, very tough. You can do that. And group by, what is a group by? Group by and order by. Both of them require what? Sorting the data. Which means you need to read all the data. You need a temporal space, right? For example, to sort the n number of data, the optimal equal notation is n log n, right? Which means you need the additional times log n. There's complexity and also space, right? So which means the two group by and order by the trillions of the data, that makes sense. That is a problem. And definitely it's not support the consistency, the strict consistency. Interface, that is another problem. So many people are hesitating to move to the NoSQL database because it's not like the SQL. One of the benefits of using IDBMS is everybody can learn. Without computer science technique or the knowledge, they can learn the SQL easily. I spend only the 1 or 2 days to teach you the SQL. That's enough. The other you guys can do by yourself. Because of that, they too much stable, the SQL. Because of that, we have the hive or the pigsty, the Hadoop ecosystem. So I'm going to quickly move this part. So this is an example of the C++. We focus on the consistency more instead of availability. That is the HBase. So I think the next we have after left one. From or SQL. Oh yes, we have the HBase class, so we can quickly go over. So idea is, so this is the HBase is the schema as a column base. It's a column base, which means it has only column family. So think about the relational model. Relational model, we need to find student name and student ID and the address, major, and so on. Okay, GPA, something like that. Then all data should fit to the schema. However, so if I'm managing the all student in the world, okay, each of everyone different depending on the educational system or level of education. The information are different. So, but sometimes we have the common data, name and ID, but some of the student has the student profile information. So you can make the group of the information group, like the student profile information, and the transcript information, and the interest. Then depending on so when I meet her, she has the GPA. GPA is a student. Create the GPA column based on the data. Okay, so that is the idea of column-based, the database. So column itself can be kind of data. It's a variable data. Okay, you can just define column family, group name only. Then also it supports version of the different version of the data. So when she next year her information may be different from last. So we keep the last one and the current one and so on. So it can be useful because of the web pages. Web pages every time changing. So that is the basic data model. So we need to find the key for the low key. Then column family and also time stamp. So these are the major part when you design the column-based NoSQL. You don't have to design column name details. Group of column name. That's it, pretty much it. Then when you access the data, you need to specify the row key, column key, and column name, and the timestamp version name. We will see details about the structure in the HBase lecture. So they have the, I think that we have the better. Yeah, this is the same. So okay. So this is header HDFS. Right. Then on top of that, we have the HBase. Actually, main storage of the HBase is the Hadoop block. Okay, they have the pointer to this one. Some of the changed value. This is a read-only. Once we write, it's a read-only. But HBase limitedly support updated data, where you can manage such updated information in the HBase region. It's called the H region. There are several regions. By combining the region, it's called the HBase region server. So from the client, the user can access the data through such the region server. Okay. So region server also keep the change, the updated information also. Okay, that is the idea of the HBase. Their main storage is still the Hadoop block. Okay. Some of them are duplicated. And we have Cassandra is a document database. Amazon Dynamo is still very popular in the AWS. We will learn the hybrid peak in the, because this one, some of the contents are duplicated. We will see the hybrid the peak with the HBase the next class. Okay. I'm not going to details of it. Okay, that's it. That's the end of today's lecture. So why don't you guys start for your project with your project member, and if you wanna, definitely you need to enhance your proposal based on my comment, based on you guys' discussion. Your friend may have the better idea than you. Okay, then come up with and apply to your Facebook implementation. It's definitely fine if you change it, your proposal, submit your proposal with a revised proposal with a Facebook documentation. Okay.